With the power housed inside the small case of a GoPro camera, the current battery will last up to 2 hours on a good day. Increase resolutions, attach that LCD backpack, or switch the Wi-Fi on and you'll notice that battery life drops considerably. So how do we make sure we have enough power to keep us going for a longer time period? Simple, we purchase extra batteries. However, how do we charge these extra batteries when we only have one camera, or if the camera is currently in use? That's where this comes into play. Welcome to Ifty's Tech Corner, where today we are looking at the SP Gadgets Power Bar Duo. If you have a GoPro, the chances are you've considered extending that short battery life. If you want any decent shooting times, you do have the option of a battery backpack, which we've looked at in a previous video, and this will almost double your recording time, although it's not the cheapest accessory to purchase. Instead, for around the same cost, you could purchase 2 or 3 additional GoPro batteries. So I have my camera here and I have some additional batteries. The next problem is, how do I charge these? I could put them into the camera one at a time and charge each one up, but that's pretty time consuming. Alternatively, GoPro have just released a dual charger which charges 2 batteries simultaneously. Then again, what if I'm out in the field with no access to a computer's USB port or a power socket? What we need is a mobile charging solution, and that's where this gadget comes into play. The Power Bar Duo by SP Gadgets solves all of these issues in one convenient package. Let's start by opening this up and seeing what we have inside. So in the actual box itself, we have a small user manual here. We have the actual Power Bar Duo in the side here with a small micro USB to USB charging cable, and we have a small microfiber pouch here to keep the actual unit in when not in use. So a pretty basic package overall. The Power Bar Duo has a nice, sleek, clean look. On one end of the device we have a mini USB input used to charge the unit and a standard USB output. We'll come to these in just a moment. On the top of the device we have a single power button along with 3 LED power indicators. We slide this top door open to reveal a cavity for 2 GoPro batteries. That really is all there is to it. A simple, elegant design, small enough to pop into your GoPro camera bag, but packed with features. The Power Bar Duo provides several charging configurations in a single unit. Let's take a moment to cover each one in turn. We start with the Power Bar Duo itself. One of the secrets of this device is that it holds an internal battery within its case. By using the included USB cable, we connect the cable to the mini USB port and connect the other end to a power source, whether it's your computer or to a plug adapter such as this iPhone adapter I'm using here. This will begin charging of the internal battery. Once the battery is fully charged, the unit will automatically switch itself off. What's the point of this internal battery though? I'll come to that in just a second. Before I do, we can insert 2 GoPro batteries into the battery trays within the device. This is tray 1 and the bottom tray is tray 2. We then plug the unit in and the device will begin charging. The manual states the battery in tray 1 is charged first, followed by the battery in tray 2, and then finally the internal battery. However, I have found that the battery in tray 2 is charged first, followed by the one in tray 1. Nevertheless, it takes around 1.5 hours to fully charge each GoPro battery. Once charged, the unit will automatically switch itself off. The final configuration is to attach a device to the USB out port on the bottom of the Power Bar Duo. This can be any USB device, whether it's your smartphone or even another GoPro battery within the actual camera. So in effect, you could be charging 3 GoPro batteries via the one device. That's pretty impressive. All in all, we have several configurations. We can charge either a single or 2 GoPro batteries, or we can attach a third USB device like another GoPro camera or smartphone. We also charge the internal battery with either configuration. Talking of the internal battery, let's take a closer look at what it does. Once fully charged, the internal 3120 mAh battery holds enough capacity to fully charge 2 GoPro batteries. So going back to my previous scenario, let's say you're caught out in the field with no access to a power socket or a USB port in a computer. This solves the problem since we simply insert 1 or 2 GoPro batteries, press the power button for 2 seconds to switch on the device, and the device will begin charging the batteries within the 2 trays. Alternatively, remember you also have that USB port for charging an external device, such as your smartphone. The process is the same. Attach your device, press the power button for 2 seconds, and charging will begin. As soon as the device is fully charged or the USB cable is removed, the power bar duo will automatically switch itself off. Each battery tray has a corresponding LED, so the top LED corresponds to tray 1, the second LED to tray 2. This separate third LED corresponds to the internal battery. We can check the status of the internal battery by switching on the device. To do this, we keep the power button pressed for 2 seconds. As stated, the LED just above the power button refers to the internal battery. The capacity is shown with either a red, yellow or green LED, green being fully charged. To save power, the LED turns off after 10 seconds, but you just tap on the power button again to display it, or check to see if the unit is still on. If the unit is left untouched and unused for 1 minute, so it's not being charged or it's not charging anything else, it will automatically switch off completely in order to save its own internal battery power. The Power Bar Duo by SP Gadgets is a fantastic little device, with several charging configurations and on-the-fly charging capabilities without the need to be near a physical power source. It really gives the user that added flexibility and that added peace of mind. But why stop there? The inclusion of the USB charging adds even more to an otherwise great unit. If you have multiple GoPro cameras or 2 or more GoPro batteries, this is certainly a must-have item in your GoPro arsenal. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Alternatively, feel free to check out the other GoPro videos in my channel by clicking above or in the description box below. Remember to subscribe, as there are plenty more GoPro videos and tutorials coming shortly. See you next time in Ifty's Tech Corner.